Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. We gain our knowledge and experience in life of things that we could do, things that we can't do by external factors. That means information coming from outside, not from our own experience. That is, we learn stuff from the parents, then we learn stuff from school, learn stuff from books if we read books, from documentaries, lectures, and that's from other people mostly, talking with other people or other people telling you stuff. You learn very little through your own actions. For instance, you go outside and you fall and you hurt your knee. You learn that next time when you fall on a knee on a concrete, you're gonna get an injury. You learn that, but you knew already that from your mommy or someone who told you, hey, if you do that. So through direct experience, you learn very little in life. But what you learn through direct experience and with the knowledge that you have, that you acquired from outside sources, that's your luggage of knowledge that you have in your brain and your experiences. And how you verify your theories. For instance, if you go to a bar and you go in the evening, you might likely find a certain kind of people going to the bar with certain kind. Going to the bar, it's a certain you go with a certain goal, so that gathers a certain kind of crowd who goes over there. People who go to the bar with one or two or three goals: to have a good time in the company of others, alcohol involved, evidently, maybe women, for men I'm talking, men for women. And this is basically why people go over there. You're not going to see, a priest going to a bar. You're not going to see a person who likes to watch movies mostly go to the bar. You're not going to see a person who's alone necessarily in a basement, doing all kind of computer stuff. So you're not going to see other kind of people, that go to the bar. You're going to see certain people attracts. Now the same with the church. You're going to see certain people attending church, not other people. So expect certain kind of people. And you learn that by reading about that, by direct experience, going to these venues and looking around, and then you realize what's the dynamics. And then you kind of figure out what kind of people could go over there. Like, for instance, you have a striptease bar. Certain people only go to a striptease bar, certain strata of the population that go to a striptease bar or whatever it's called, venue. So the same that's how you learn things, by experience and by patterns. And then when you, for instance, you meet someone and you analyze you by conversation with that person, say, okay, this person is a churchgoer, most likely, without telling you. Or this person is a bar going, or his person is a striptease bar goer. This is assumptions based on the character that you assigned to this, or the traits through your experience. And then when you find out, and indeed that person goes to church, indeed this person goes to bars, and this person goes to striptease bars or striptease clubs, that's the word. Then you say, I know people. I know how that. But it's through knowledge, experience, direct experience, and so on. Now let's go to the subject of this video, actually. When I heard that, or I learned that Donald Trump's house in Mar-a-Lago in Florida was, raided by FBI with a search warrant. The things that made me think, and then I heard that it was a judge in Florida, and I said, Democratic judge, most likely. When I heard this information, I already have information to say this person, most likely, belongs to this kind of group, is this kind of person. A judge in Florida and Democratic. I said, well, let's say what are the odds? being a judge in Florida. Well, I know in Florida it's a big population of Cubans, all right, and then tend to be Democratic voters. And I said, well, they're judges, all right. That's one group. The other group that is in Florida, I said, well, that's African American blacks. Well, judges, statistics show there's not, there's not a great population. So I push them to the side a little bit. I said, whites, yeah, could be, or Jews. So I said, well, how about I stay with the last group? I don't know, something, and then I looked at the last name, which seems to be an Anglo-Saxon, I think it's Reinhardt or something like that. When I looked at the first name, and it was Bruce. I said, well, Bruce doesn't sound like a Jewish name, but I said, well, who knows, maybe he's a German judge, it would be a white or Caucasian judge, which I'm saying this not because, I'm just trying to explain how certain things, based on knowledge, you can figure out without even having to have more information on who's over there, who was involved, or what's going on. So then I said, well, let's go and check this person. So I looked at Judge Reinhardt, right, and Bruce, right, and I couldn't find anything about this guy in a way of, saying if he's this or that, but I saw a picture of this guy. Now, this is another, I know it's stereotyping and all that, but unfortunately for these people who are against stereotyping, or it's based on knowledge. You stereotype after you learn. Let's say you see a snake that's black, or wrong color, it's purple. Whenever you see that snake and that you learn that snake bit someone and that person died because the snake was venomous, you kind of think that those, usually the purple snakes are venomous. So then when you see a purple snake somewhere, you stereotype by previous knowledge, could be that kind of thing. So the same with facial. If I see someone with a certain kind of facial, phenotypical, characteristic, I kind of can tell you if that person comes from Europe, comes from sub-Saharan Africa, from East Asia, from the Middle East. Who says that can't determine that person is not experienced, doesn't live enough, did not, or has an ideology that blinds his brain. He refuses to accept reality, and he's gonna live by minority thoughts. So when he's gonna see the purple snake, he's gonna say, oh no, the purple snake, we can stereotype, we don't know the purple snake. Okay, you don't know, but the rest knows based on previous history and so on, most likely. So you stand off, the other one's gonna just grab the snake because you can stereotype, and gets bitten and dies, hopefully. So we have here, I saw a picture of Mr. Reinhardt, Judge Reinhardt. And when I saw the picture, I realized that this person most likely is of Middle Eastern origin, which is Jewish in this case. And indeed, he's Jewish. And how did I find that? I found an article talking about. Well, I had to confirm that by looking at another picture, and I said, yep, that most definitely, or the percentage is very high. Let's see the odds. Then I found this article, and I said, okay, no. It comes from RNS, Religion News Services, and it's Synagogue of Judge who approved Trump's search warrant cancels Shabbat service. So I said, all right. Now, why did I say this? It's not because I'm having something against this particular individual or his origin or this. It's just to explain that in life you get certain information, you learn certain things, and you're able to come to a conclusion without even knowing who's who, what's what beforehand. And that means life experience. And this is an example. It's not for me to put a medal on my chest or anything like that. But when I heard, as I said, the informations I had about, I said, most likely, or the contender, the person that could be most likely we want is going to be a Jewish judge in Florida, and most likely he's a Democratic voter and appointed by this, or he's in the Democratic sphere, which that's the case. Nothing wrong with that. It's just I'm not surprised at all. And when they say here that they don't know who leaked the information, who that information, they said they had informants, FBI had informants. They said might be a few guys over there, which I don't think they are, in a family that would leak information on Trump. If they leaked information, I don't think they even knew anything about what Trump had over there. But that's my assessment on that. We're going to find out what FBI tells us in the judges. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.